Yeah, yeah, yo, hey baby.
Ghettomystic, a product of
I was just admiring your aura.
Oh
Yeah, it's so
well.
ethereal. Yo, so welcome to a day in the life of the Ghettomystic. I am Orca Raptorline, also known as the Ghettomystic. Ah. Um, Today is I'm coming back down off of my spectacular high of being, the day of the reality masters. Back to the reality that we've created. Today is another special day. Another special person was born this day. Her name is LaFleur Vetter. She's an amazing photographer. She's an amazing mother. She is my daughter's spirit mother. So she's supposed to be responsible if something happens to me and her mom. So yeah, you got a handful with this one. But she'd have a Pisces 1 influence in her life still. Probably not. But good is not me, because I'm basically a tyrant according to my daughter. Let her tell it. Her memoirs are going to be crazy. But today is February 28th. We are we're going to talk about your personality, the personality of those born on February 28th. We're in the midsection, if you will call it that, of Pisces 1. Those born on February 28th have a tremendous zest for life. It's called the Day of Zest. We're at between 8 degrees and 10 degrees Pisces. These positive, energetic individuals are able to brighten up most occasions with their vibrant personality. Yet, on the other hand, they have a propensity for heading off in an entirely wrong direction, full steam ahead. To make them aware of this is almost impossible when they are caught up in their own enthusiasm. They can be at once assured and positive, dynamic, effective, or destructive, depending on the circumstances. Obviously, those born on this day would do well to sit down and contemplate their direction in life, get to know themselves better, and be more deliberate and purposeful in their actions. Because their energy tends to be diffused and dispersed, and since they can get so easily carried away with new endeavors, February 28th, people may adopt an unrealistic attitude towards the world, which causes those near and dear to them a great deal of worry. Part of the problem is that some February 28th people may like having others worry about them and may even engage in dangerous and uncertain activities precisely to get that attention. For those born on this day, it is actual excitement of events, the sensations that arise both in themselves and in others that keep them feeling vital and alive. However, they must learn to be lightly discriminating in their choices of endeavors and involvements, taking on challenges that are not only risky, but also worthwhile and rewarding, not just in the short term, but for a lifetime. Because they choose to live in such a vital and uncompromising way, February 28th, people are likely to experience far more of life than an average person. Most born on this day wouldn't have it any other way. On the other hand, uninhibited enthusiasm can lead to carelessness or thoughtlessness, which may stand in the way of their serious development. Also, as they mature, February 28th, people find that the negative after effects of their activities begin to outweigh the fun and stimulation. Those born on this day need to imbue their zest for life with understanding. Through both intensely positive and negative encounters, they may eventually come to develop a personal philosophy and deepen their spiritual understanding of life. The question is, at what point experience will at last translate into wisdom? For some born on this day, which an evolution takes place quite late in life. For others, not at all. Indeed, it is incumbent on the February 28th person to at some point stand removed from life's passing show and observe themselves and others living. All right, so that's kind of deep. It sounds like with Flora a lot. Um, I worry about her a lot. I know her mom worries about her a lot. Her partner probably worries about her a lot. But yeah, she's definitely has a zest for life. She was one of the photographers uh, at the pipeline battle out in the Midwest with the Lakota Sioux and other tribes and other people from all over the world. She's been in the middle of a lot of crazy stuff, and she's amazing. Um, so yeah, shout out to her again. Here's your planets. These are the planets that are, people are born under this particular day, and the numbers. So you're ruled by the number 1. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. And by the sun. Those ruled by the number 1 generally like to be the first in what they do. They are typically individual, highly opinionated, and eager to rise to the top. The sun symbolizes a strong creative fire which is best kept flowing steadily rather than allowing it to flare out. We always know what Neptune is, the ruler of the big fish, can make February 28th people overly romantic and sensationalistic. The number 1 card of the major arcana would be the Magician, who symbolizes intellect, communication, information, as well as magic. Over his head is the infinity symbol, which in some tarot decks takes the form of a hat, and in others a halo. Many interpretations may be drawn, one of which is that the magician recognizes the cyclical and unending nature of life, and is empowered by this understanding. The positive suggested traits of this card include diplomatic skill and shrewdness, but the negative is that there's a lack of scruples and opportunism. This card warns February 28th people against getting carried away with the world of illusions, picking the wrong friends, and using their energies for immoral purposes. Now let's talk about health. Those born on February 28th may not have a great awareness of their body or how it works. An objective medical authority whom they have regular checkups with to discuss health decisions is highly beneficial. February 28th people must be particularly careful of chronic conditions affecting their lymphatics, venous return, and blood pooling in their lower extremities with advanced age, leading to varicosities. A regular exercise schedule involving swimming, jogging, and or yoga is a good combination of thoughtful body work which would suit them. Those born on this day usually like to both cook and eat, so they do not need much encouragement in this respect. This is the advice that they give. Cultivate your contemplative side and confront the important questions of your existence. Don't get carried away with thrills and sensation. That which makes you feel alive must adapt to the aging process. All right, so that sounds really deep. Like, don't be running around trying to, saying save the world anymore, baby. You got, baby. Just joking, but for real, like, this one read true. I like this one for her. Does it match you if you were born on the 28th? What does it match? What doesn't it match? Remember, it's all relative to where your stars are placed. I mean, where your stars are placed, but where your planets are placed, what houses they're in, where's your midhaven, where's your ascent, where's your moon. So all things you have to take into consideration. Where were you born? How'd you grow up? How would being in all those places astrologically affect you based on how you grew up? Because you will now have drawn propensity. You have drawn conclusions based on where you were. We could look into that. You can look into that. Here's your meditation. The object of one's enthusiasm is at least as important as the enthusiasm itself. Your strengths are going to be that you're vibrant, you're alive, and that you're emotionally complex. Your weaknesses is that you're over-enthusiastic, excessive, and thoughtless at times. So Mario Andretti was born on this day. These are people that was born on this day. Bugsy Siegel was born on this day. Bernadette Peters was born on this day. Who else? Linnaeus Pauling, he was born on this day. He is a Nobel Prize winning chemist. I think that's it, man, for today. Or yeah, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to a day in the life of the Ghettomystic. I always want to say I am but I am the. So with that being said, peace.
Deeper, deeper, I'm falling through abyssal space. Charts off the meter, your heavenly body's all in place. Terrestrial to the ether, I long for your aquatic embrace. Inferno fever, evaporate without a trace. It's a day in the life of the Ghettomystic. And if you turn, then you might have missed it.